Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
We have to rise above challenges and find strength in the midst of adversity.
We are in a battle of good versus evil.
Satan is the father of confusion.
I don't care what they do to me. I'm going to keep calling them out.
They're berserk trying to disarm Americans, and we need to push back.
I'm glad you're fighting for America.
There's always hope.
Relish the opportunity to be an outsider, because it's the outsiders who change the world.
Perhaps you were born for such a time as this. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Faith and Freedom. I'm Shemane Nugent. Today, we have an epic show. We've got guests, so many guests, my friends Ray and Jessica Higdon, who are going to be discussing their harrowing escape and nightmare hellish escape from Israel. We also have our friend and military consultant and author of 13 Hours, Mark Geis. I hope you can join me for that. And Pastor Anthony Thomas is going to put it all together for us and talk about, is this spiritual warfare? Are these the end times? But first, you may have noticed. I'm not going to say the elephant in the room.
Well, ask not what your wife can do for you. Ask what you can do for your wife. Hi, everybody. My name is Ted Nugent, and it is the sacred season of harvest, the hunting season, Cluster Crank 23, and we're having the time of our lives. I love this woman, and no matter what you might think of me, I got it figured out because she married me 33 and a half years ago. Is it 34 years? 33 and a half years. Either way you look at it.
It's 35 coming up in January.
But she figured if she wanted the ultimate diet, that I'm the whack master, I'm the strap assassin, and I will get her venison. I take my quiver and my bow, and I get thee some venison. Is that not the Bible quote? Did I just quote the Bible? Uncle Ted reporting for duty.
Wow. Okay, I'm so glad that you're here. Thank you for joining me.
I'm so glad that you're glad that I'm here.
Whenever we need a guest, I'm always like, well, see if Ted's available.
Well, Shemane, I just spent a wonderful campfire. My Real America's Voice is called The Spirit Campfire. Our TV show on the Pursuit Channel for 33 years is called The Spirit of the Wild. These are spiritually invigorating times because the devil, evil, is running America. It's running the world, and Israel is standing up for the pure natural instinct and right of self-defense. And Shemane and I are here to pray for and to support Israel in their self-defense perfection in these crazy, ugly, demonic times.
You know, Ted, Israel just got attacked by Hamas, and that's when they had an Iron Dome and the best security in the world. And we know that on our soil right now, we have Hamas and Hezbollah that have come through our borders. What's going to happen? What do you think is going to happen? And how unprepared are Americans?
Well, I just spent a campfire, Shemane, at our Sunrise Safaris. We have campfires every weekend. People come from around the world to hunt with me because I have so much fun. I have a terminal case of effervescent masculinity. So people like to come around and celebrate the truth, logic, and common sense of their lives. I just spent a campfire with a veteran, a 101-year-old veteran of World War II who was at Pearl Harbor on December 7th, 1941, as a young man. And the stories he shared makes me cry tears of blood because America has become so spoiled, so disconnected, so taken for granted the freedom, the God-given individual rights as outlined in the sacred documents of the Constitution, the Bill of Rights. And America is not ready. I say on my Spirit Campfire and on a Ted Nugent Spirit of the Wild TV show on the Pursuit Channel 8 times a week, if you are unarmed and helpless, guess what? You're unarmed and helpless. And if you just carry a pistol with a couple extra rounds, that's not going to cut it. Our government, it's on film. Our Border Patrol is not only not doing their job, but they're stepping on the cantina wire, welcoming in jihadists, people who hate America from Nigeria, the Sudan, the Congo, Somalia, Syria, military-age men from Iran, Iraq, and China. We can see them coming in. They're on the streets of our major cities, and they are here to kill us and take our stuff. And if you are so disconnected, so stupid, so apathetic not to understand that Uncle Sam is ushering in and welcoming jihadists into the United States of America, it's on film. You've got to carry a rifle. You've got to have body armor. Go to VoodooTactical.com. A lot of people go, that's outrageous. Well, you bet it's outrageous. And if you are unarmed and helpless and not tactically proficient, then the jihadists that Uncle Sam are inviting into our country are going to turn us in to Gaza. They're going to turn us into a terror network. They're on the watch list, and our government lets them in. So Shemane and I, we call it faith and freedom. You can't have faith in Uncle Sam. You have to have faith in God. You have to have faith in individual responsibility, and that means being armed and capable to neutralize deadly threats that are ubiquitous across this country. And I hate to sound so negative, but if you don't identify the rabid dog at the door, you're going to get rabies. And a lot of Americans are sound asleep, and it's time to wake up. If you're wearing a mask on a treadmill, good luck. If you're wearing a mask on your bike in the park, if you obey stupid, immoral, unbelievably counterproductive commands and rules and regulations, Uncle Sam would like to thank you for bending over. And these are the times to stand up for truth, logic, and common sense. And Shemane, I love you the way that you do it. And thank you, Real America's Voice, for letting us do this.
Well, we get passionate about this topic
freedom.
Now more so than ever, about faith and freedom. So I want to switch gears and talk about something a little bit more lighthearted, but it's a great stress reliever. I know for you and I and so many people. How can people who have never hunted before get involved in hunting, and why they should?
The healing powers of God's miraculous nature is unprecedented. There's nothing more powerful to cleanse the soul, to reduce stress, and bring you health overall in the great outdoors. But nothing in the great outdoors is effective in its healing powers as actually participating. Shemane and I are bow hunters. We're hanging up some beautiful deer here in the swamps of Michigan. And if you've never tried it, a walk in the woods is good. And I suppose watching the Discovery Channel nature shows might be okay. But until you get out there and understand your resource stewardship, conservation, management responsibilities by harvesting the surplus and getting the greatest venison diet in the world, until you've actually done that, you haven't really respected God's creation as a participant. So go to your local archery shop and your sporting goods store, find somebody who's really friendly and conscientious, and get a lightweight, graceful bow and arrow. Even before you think of hunting, the mystical flight of the arrow will cleanse the soul. When you come to full draw with a bow and arrow, a graceful, easy to draw bow, like Shemane's Matthews is only 30 pounds. 30 pounds. And when she gets to full draw, it's really sexy, but it's inspiring because the whole ugliness of the world disappears with the discipline of archery. So pursue that. It'll increase the quality of your life immediately.
We are so grateful, number one, that you could join us, but number two, for Real America's Voice and for all of our sponsors. If people are watching, want to step up and want to do something rather than just sitting back and letting other people speak, support our sponsors.
Yes.
Field of Greens. We both have Field of Greens.
Fieldofgreens.com.
And my promo code is FREEDOM. Isn't that a great promo code? Century H2O, and the promo code is Healthy10. And then we also have, how much do you love that real beef from Switch to America with Shemane.com? How much?
I've never been a beef fan, but this beef is so natural, so organic, and so delicious that we do augment our venison on occasion with some Switch to America with Shemane.com beef. Good stuff.
Yes. Well, thank you, Ted, so much for joining me. Watch Ted's show on Real America's Voice. Friday
and the
night.
Nightly Nuge and Spirit of the Wild on the Pursuit Network.
Friday night at 10 o'clock Eastern is your show on Real America's Voice.
Did I just drop some ammo? Is that what it was?
Something, yeah.
I have too much ammo, nobody ever said.
No.
Remington ammo. Love the Remington ammo.
We love ammo. We love beef, and we love all our sponsors. We love Real America's Voice, and we love you too. God bless everybody. So
I love her.
Thank you so much, Ted, for joining me.
Yep.
Coming up, Ray and Jessica Higdon, friends of mine who recently barely escaped Jerusalem. Stay tuned.
Relish the opportunity to be an outsider because it's the outsiders who change the world.
Perhaps you were born for such a time as this.
Relish the opportunity to be an outsider because it's the outsiders who change the world.
Perhaps you were born for such a time as this. Hey, Ted, you know, we are lucky because we live off the land.
Venison.
And we hunt. We are bow hunters, but not everybody can. And I don't know how you feel about this, but we don't like to buy meat from the store. We don't want to encourage anybody to buy meat from the store.
It's unsafe.
It's unsafe. It's got antibiotics, chemicals, mRNA in it. But we did find this beef that is freaking amazing.
I'm not a big fan of beef, but I've become a big fan of beef. It's the best we've ever had.
It is. And if you
What's it called?
Switch to them, go for the beef with never ever label. But if you really want to go, I'm looking at Coco in the back. If you really want to try it, check out Switch to America with Shemane. What's that?
Switch to America with Shemane. I switched to America with Shemane.com. Switch to America with Shemane.com. The best beef, the most delicious, the healthiest beef in the world.
We love it, and we know you will too.
Ready.
Get grass-fed beef delivered right to your door. Go to Switch to America with Shemane. Joining me live now are my friends Ray and Jessica Higdon, creators of the Higdon Group, and friends of mine who barely escaped the attacks in Israel. Welcome, Ray and Jessica. I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you. Thanks for having us. We're glad to be here. Trust me.
I'm going to hopefully not get through this I hopefully will get through this without getting teary-eyed. But I'm going to start with you, Ray, first. So set the stage for me. You're in Israel. You're sightseeing with the church group, right?
Yeah, so, we both came to Christ 10, 11 months ago, and our Pastor Allen with First Naples, told us about this Holy Land tour in Israel, and we're like, oh my goodness, this sounds amazing. So we were with a group of 53, and it was going really, really well.
Until Saturday, Jessica, and what happened?
So we were traveling from the Sea of Galilee, which was absolutely beautiful, to Jerusalem that day, and we were supposed to go to several of the other sites, swim in the Dead Sea, do all of these amazing things. And we started getting text messages from friends and family. Hey, have you seen the news? Have you seen what's on the news? And the night before, we had been sitting on the Sea of Galilee, just admiring the view, and we saw these flashes in the air, and we thought it was fireworks. And we were like, wow, isn't that beautiful? And we started to realize what was happening, and we had to travel through Palestinian territory to get to Jerusalem, which was really a safe zone at the time. And we were just nervous and not sure what was going to happen next. But our tour guide at the time had said, you know how you guys have hurricane seasons in Florida? We have rocket seasons. And we were like, that does not make us feel better.
Yeah.
Well, I apologize because I was one of those people that was texting you endlessly. As soon as I woke up, I knew you were in Israel, and I woke up and I saw the news, and I panicked. Ray, what was going through your mind? You've got a family there. You're with your church group. What were you thinking at the time?
I didn't really know what to think at first. First, I'm like, okay, how far away is this going on? Is it widespread? Like, what's happening here? And then I kind of realized that part of my mission there was to just, be a rock for my wife, because she was very, very worried and very concerned. And so I had a lot of prayer. I prayed, and, hey, the Bible says, when ye lack wisdom, ask, and it'll be given to you liberally and without reproach. So I prayed, and I asked for specific questions. I asked specific questions, and I got specific answers. So I actually felt like we were going to be okay, that God had us, that God was going to protect us. And so I felt, pretty good. The only difficulty is I wanted to do a better job of calming Jess down, because she was definitely in a fight or flight, kind of mode. And I tried to do the best that I could.
He was definitely my rock. So as a mom who was away from her children, small children, and these poor people over in Israel and even the surrounding countries that are the innocent people just stuck there, they live with this every day of their lives, this imminent threat. And I honestly don't know how they do it. It's incredible. And they get very comfortable being uncomfortable. And I believe that's why they're more of a spiritual nation than we are, because we live in comfort each and every day, and we don't even realize it. We're so blessed. We are not perfect, but we're so blessed to be Americans that it is just an insult for anybody to say that this country is a terrible country after being through what we went through. You're at a level 10 at all times. You don't know if, the next place you go, if there's going to be a bomb that goes off, or a knifing, or a terrorist is going to, decide that he wants to kidnap someone. And as we got to the airport, there were thousands and thousands of Jewish families who were what looked like to us escaping the country. I mean,
Exodus,
20, 30 suitcases with small children, babies. Yeah. And you see people, it took us 6 hours to drop our bags off at the bag drop to get through, because so many people are trying to escape. And people had to make their flight, so they would just drop their bags off in the middle of the airport, and you would look at those bags and think, no one's claimed it. It's in the middle of the aisle. It's right next to me. Like, this could be a bomb. It could go off at any second.
But you also don't want to. You're worried to report it, because we were told, hey, if you report that, they're going to shut the whole airport down, and we were trying to get the heck out of there. Two things that came up while we were there is, one, our tour guide informed us that every house that's built has a shelter, right? That's like every house that's built has to have a bomb shelter. And I remember when I was in the hotel elevator, this lady asked me, she goes, where are you from? And I said, oh, we're, from America, we're from Florida. And she goes, now you know what it's like. And that really, just the way she said it, I'm like, and I, you're right. I didn't know what it was like. So it was intense.
Well, Jessica, it's interesting to hear from Ray that you were in fight or flight mode, because that weren't the messages that you were sending me. You were like, we're in good hands, we're safe. And I'm texting going, are you okay? What can I do? And I was calling people. And did you have a sense of peace and calm, or were there moments where you were freaking out?
Well, first and foremost, I want to thank you for who you are and for checking up on us as much as you did. You're just such an incredible human, and I felt so loved. It was just incredible to get your love and support. I didn't want to worry anyone, but the things that we were being told from our intel in the State Department, or people that we knew even in special ops, was that it was going to get bad. And if you've seen, it hasn't gotten better, it's gotten worse and gotten harder to get out, and that we needed to get to a safe zone or an embassy or something before it gets crazy. And as soon as I would feel a level of peace, because there were good days and there were bad days. So there were days where it was very calm and nothing was going on because they ran out of ammo or they were getting re-upped. And there were days where, we'd had to go in the bomb shelter 2 or 3 times. Yeah. So as soon as I would feel a sense of calm, like, okay, our flight's going to get out of here. And I had booked 3 flights before our original flight trying to get out, and it either wasn't safe to go to the airport, or it got canceled or super delayed, or just a bunch of things didn't work out. And in that time, there were times where I started to feel okay. Like, okay, this is calming down a little bit. Nothing's happening in our area. We're going to be okay. We're going to make it to the airport. And then I would run into someone in the lobby, for example, that was a reporter who claimed that they got news before everyone else. And they said, hey, it's about to get really bad. They're about to shut down the country tomorrow, and you don't know what's going to happen next. And so we've been told that they're shutting down the airport. The country's going to shut down for the next week, and you're not going to be able to get out. And so that would come up, and then I would go right back into my fight or flight mode. Or you'd think, oh my gosh, a terrorist could take over this hotel at any moment. Or, if I'm walking to the store next door, so a terrorist could take over at any moment. It's a constant battle of the mind. So there were moments of peace. And I feel like those were the prayers coming our way, and the people that were loving on us and really wanting us to be safe. And then there were moments and the enemy attacking my mind. And I know Ray was a rock and knew that God got us, but attacking my mind as a mom of young children. Every time I would start to feel that peace.
I remember asking you, how far are you from the airport? Because you were telling me every step of the way, and I apologize again for sending too many texts, but I truly was worried and trying to do what I could, but I'm so glad that you guys got out. I remember you telling me you were less than 2 miles from the airport, and I was thinking, 2 miles from freedom, 2 miles from reconnecting with your family, 2 miles from getting on a plane. How did you kiss the ground when you landed in the States? How was that like?
I definitely cried on the airplane for a good hour and a half. Just so, not tears of sadness. I mean, yes, tears of sadness for the people there, because when you're there and you witness even minimally what we went through compared to what these people go through, sadness for them, but just such gratitude to God. Like, had I known what I knew getting on that plane, that we were going to get out and be okay, and that it was going to work out, and we would only be 3 hours later than we had thought we would be home. Mm-hmm. Had I known that that was going to be the case, because they were canceling flights left and right. I mean, there's tens of thousands of Americans trying to get out of the country. Had I known then what I know now, I would have had a completely different experience. But yes, kissed the ground, kissed the plane, hugged the flight attendants, had a glass of wine on the plane, cried my eyes out, kissed each other. You just have a new sense of gratitude when you're put in that situation.
Well, I am so glad that you guys are back. What has this taught you? You mentioned Jessica, but you said, Ray, that you guys both came to Christ recently. You kind of got a fast forward lesson in a small amount of time. What have you learned from this whole experience?
You know, I just really believe the Bible, and the Bible says that our Heavenly Father is the maker of all good and perfect things. And so I used to think that perfect was, just like really good, but perfect is actually what you need. And so when I was on the plane, I had this big realization, and I don't think she saw it, but I cried too. Because the whole time I'm like, man, she just needs more faith. And that's what she needs. And that's what I was thinking. But I realized that this was such a challenging situation for me. And it actually had two different lessons in it that came up from things that I need to improve. That I needed to improve my patience, that I needed to improve my ability to handle stress. So God gave me perfect lessons, and I think that you walked away with some lessons as well. And so I just, God's plan for you is always better than what you can imagine. But for you to reach your potential, you're going to have to learn some things in ways you probably don't want to. And,
right.
And that's some of my takeaways.
I see you often on social media. Ray and Jessica Higdon, thank you so much for joining me. How can people find you guys?
Well, we're all over social media. So if you just look up HigdonGroup.com or Ray and Jessica Higdon on social media, you'll absolutely find us. Thank you so much.
Well, I can't wait to see you again. I'm going to give you the biggest hugs. Thank you guys again so much for sharing your story with me. God bless you.
God bless you. Thank you.
Stick around. We'll be right back.
Relish the opportunity to be an outsider, because it's the outsiders who change the world.
Perhaps you were born for such a time as this.
outside is to change the world.
Perhaps you were born for such a time as this. I don't know anyone who's not stressed right now with everything that's going on in the world. I don't know about you, but I have found solace in a little more comfort food lately. And I've been a fitness instructor since 1980, so I know I shouldn't eat potato chips, but last night I did. But I do find solace and comfort in knowing that Field of Greens is an excellent source of nutrients, superfood protein powder that all you have to do is put a scoop in your water bottle and you get your full servings of fruits and vegetables for the day. So I've got the confidence of knowing that when I don't eat right, I can just put Field of Greens in my water. And if you want to do the same, check it out. It might work for you as it does for Ted and I. Go to fieldofgreens.com and use the promo code FREEDOM. That's fieldofgreens.com and promo code FREEDOM. As the conflict between Israel and Hamas fighters continues, many are worried about the status of those who were taken hostage inside Gaza, hundreds, including at least 17 Americans at last count. Joining me live now, co-author of 13 Hours, Benghazi, and the soldier who inspired it, my friend, Mark Geist. Mark, welcome.
How you doing? Thanks for having me.
I'm good. Well, I'm good. How are you?
Doing wonderful. Doing great.
Good. I'm so glad to hear that. So does all of this seem eerily familiar to you, what's going on and what you endured in Benghazi?
It is. You know, it's with the consul or the embassy in Beirut, Lebanon. You know, and it also makes me think back to 1983 when they attacked, you know, the Hezbollah and the terrorists attacked our embassy in Beirut. So this isn't the first time our embassy's been attacked in that country, and it brings back, you know, that what could happen if the right decisions aren't being made, and if the people who are making them don't listen to the people that are on the ground.
Well, that's the problem, is who's making the decisions, and unfortunately, we're not trusting Uncle Sam these days. We're not trusting our government, and that really becomes difficult, especially for military and people like you who are in security overseas. Your boots on the ground. What are people telling you now? You're still connected with everybody, and you successfully, you told me, helped some people get out of Israel recently. What happened?
You know, it was really kind of just the Lord had put the right pieces in place. A friend of mine, his sister was with a group out of North Dakota that were in Bethlehem. There was 84 of them. The majority of them were probably over the age of 70. They'd been there about 3 days. They got, and then come Saturday when everything started going off, they called the State Department Saturday and into Sunday morning and had asked, you know, what do we need to do? Our flights, you know, we got notified our flights are probably not going to be out of Tel Aviv. So what are we going to do? And they said, don't worry, we've got your, you know, the words that Ronald Reagan said, you know, I'm with the government and I'm here to help, kind of the same thing. Stay in place. There's no emergency. We'll call you when things develop. And the group was kind of split a little bit. A lot of them were, you know, hey, let's trust our government. And my friend's sister, she, you know, he's filled her in on me and who I am. And I think she's very familiar with what went on in Benghazi, or at least roughly familiar with it. And her and the other half were kind of, you know, we need to figure a way out, have a backup plan at least if we don't get that call or support from State Department. And we were lucky they had their own buses because they had been there, and we just helped kind of give them confidence and understanding of what's going on the ground. Passed on some intel from people I know that are in the country, and we were able to get them over to the Jordan border, across that, and into Oman. And by Tuesday of this week, they all made it back. I think it was Tuesday they were all across. By Wednesday of this last week, they were all back home in North Dakota.
What is your advice for anybody who's still there other than get out?
I mean, one is become gray. You don't want to be that person that doesn't stick out. You don't, and that's the difficult thing is, you don't want to be that individual or group that draws attention to yourselves. You need to try to be that gray man, is what we kind of call it, where you can kind of blend in, evaluate the situation. We're still raising money through Shadow Warriors Project and trying to raise money so we can help people that are in those circumstances. I've got a friend that we're working with. He's got 4 teams that are in Israel, and we're just kind of working with them and any other group that's out there, communicating with what we have and trying to make sure that any Americans that want to get out we'll get them out.
Okay, I'm glad you brought that up. Talk about Shadow Warriors.
Well, Shadow Warriors, it started after Benghazi, and it's really kind of, the Lord's led us in a lot of different directions to help. And initially it was just to help the private security contractors and their families when they get killed or injured overseas. But then it went into service dogs and our canine therapy program. And then with the debacle in Afghanistan, we helped get a lot of different people out of Afghanistan. We set up a safe house in Pakistan for a while and funded some people who they were allies of the U.S. They worked with our government, but then they didn't have special visas to get into the U.S. So we kind of took care of that for quite a while. And it's just it's wherever the Lord leads us is what we're doing right now. And he's leading us to help other people who can't help themselves or who are afraid to do that.
Well, I'm so glad that you're doing that. And I'm so glad that we're friends because I want to make sure that people know about how to help people like you who are helping others. So it's Shadow Warriors Project or shadowwarriors.org.
Shadowwarriorsproject.org is where people can and donate.
And okay, so I have to ask you, the next most important thing is, how is Roan?
Oh, she's doing wonderful. Her pups are almost going to be a year come November, and we've given 2 of them away. We've got one to a veteran, and then another one's going to another veteran in December. And he's an individual who got shot overseas. He's paralyzed from the chest down, but he's a miracle. He's a walking miracle because he can literally walk. But we're giving him a dog, and then so we've got the other 2 that are there. I think the male we're going to be keeping because he's a monster, not in a bad way. He's got a great personality, but he's going to be a 90-pound dog, and he's just strong as can be. So I'm very selective on who I would want to give him to because he's going to be such a big boy.
Now, I remember when you came over to our house with Roan, and we did an interview. When was that, 2 years ago?
Yes.
Yeah, 2 years ago. Yeah. And I remember, just looking at Roan, that dog is going to just kill me looking at me. But it's the kindest, sweetest dog. How do you think Roan and so many other Malinois, right? How do they get that contact and connection from you and that inherent sign things are bad or this guy is okay?
I think and I go against science on all this because I don't believe dogs are descendants of the wolf because I've never seen a wolf leave its own kind to come be with man. And dogs would rather be with humans than they would their own kind in most situations. Dogs, they're put on this earth by the Lord to give us and be our companions. And we as humans, we live in the physical, see in the physical, but dogs live in the physical, but see in the spiritual. They can detect people who have evil intent. They understand that. And, I trust my dog, and she's done so many things for me, both with me getting around, helping me move around, but also just from a security and safety standpoint, that I know that she's going to detect bad things long before I'll ever see it coming.
Did she ever detect somebody that you had no idea was a bad person and she was right?
Yeah, there was, it was actually I was speaking in upstate New York at an event, and a guy walked in the back door, and she's laying at my feet kind of while I'm talking, and her eyes are closed, her ears are folded back on her head, and just one ear pops up when he walks into the door. And everywhere he went in that room, as he was trying to find a chair, her ear followed him. And she had a very low growl going on that only I think I could hear. Maybe some of the guys in the front row did, but and they all asked me until he left the room. Her ear stuck with him, and she had that low growl going on until he left the room.
Wow, that is amazing. Yes, our dogs, they're Ted and I always say we have a very unhealthy attachment to our dogs, but they bring so much joy to our lives. They don't care if we've had a bad hair day or whatever it is. They just love to be around us. I think you're right about that. Mark Geist, shadowwarriorsproject.com, is that right?
.org.
.org. shadowwarriorsproject.org. I hope everybody goes there and makes a donation. Let's say there's a couple thousand people watching. If everybody can donate $100, this is going to help a lot of people. So, Mark, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. God bless you and what you're doing, and keep it up. And looking forward to getting together with you and Ted soon.
Yes, we should. God bless, Mark.
God bless.
Don't go away, everyone. We'll be right back.
Relish the opportunity to be an outsider, because it's the outsiders who change the world.
Perhaps you were born for such a time as this.
It's the outsiders who change the world.
Perhaps you were born for such a time as this. Ted and I talked last segment about our sponsors, our amazing sponsors. And I want to tell you a little bit about Sentry H2O. If you go to Sentry, SENTRY H2O.com, check that out. It might be right for you, because if you don't know what's already in your water, your municipal water, might be just a little bit of arsenic, maybe some pharmaceutical drugs. How about some mRNA or volatile organic compound, VOC? Yuck. Ted and I found Sentry Wellness System that removes harmful toxins and enriches water with essential nutrients. It's much healthier and much cheaper than buying plastic water. Check out Sentry H2O and use the promo code HEALTHY10 for a discount. Sentry H2O, HEALTHY10 for a discount. Joining us live now, the lead pastor and tip of the Spirit Church in Naples, Florida, and my friend, Pastor Anthony Thomas. Pastor Anthony, welcome.
How you doing today, Shemane?
I'm good, despite what's going on in the world. I wanted to read a Bible verse to you that you probably already know. Matthew 24:6 says, "You will hear of wars and rumors of wars, but see to it that you are not alarmed. Such things must happen, but the end is still to come. Our nations will rise against nations and kingdom against kingdom. There will be famines and earthquakes in various places. All these things are the beginnings of birth pains." How much of what's going on right now, Pastor Anthony, is critical and relevant to what I just read?
Well, it's everything. And if you look up right before on verse 4, Jesus said at the start of it, letting us know what end times would look like, he said, "Take heed that no one deceives you." So we see right now in the information age we live in, there is mass deception on every single level, where most people do not understand how to actually find out what's really going on. So we live in an age of great deception. We live in an age of turmoil. We live in an age of war right now. But one of the encouraging things, and we live in an age where the Bible says many will be deceived. There will be many false prophets that will rise. So we see everything now is beginning to pick up pace, as Jesus said it would. And he said it would be the beginnings of birth pains. Anyone that's ever had a baby understands that contractions get closer and more painful before the end is near. So we know that things are going to rapidly move, and events are going to take place in closer level than they ever have before.
How can we be more discerning? We all have people in our lives that don't follow the Bible, that aren't spiritual. How can we be more discerning and help those people come to Christ?
Well, the beautiful thing, Shemane, is we have the Word of God. So the Word of God is God's blueprint and God's timeline from the beginning of time all the way to the end. And so these are days and times. One of the great comments, one of the tribes of Israel was the tribe of Issachar, and it said they knew the times and the seasons and what to do. And so right now we need to be able to not only understand the Word of God, because there is deceptions coming, but we, by the empowerment and the enlightenment of the Holy Spirit, he's going to help us to know when it's the timing of different scriptures in the Bible, because we want to be at the right place at the right time with the right word. And if we're those people, then people are going to be able to come to us and ask hard questions. I've been a pastor now for almost 20 years. I've had more people ask me questions in the last 2 to 3 years than ever, because people know the world around us is in chaos and they're looking for answers, and we have them.
And Pastor Anthony, you would have been so proud of Ted. So he joined me at the beginning of this show. He's quoting the Bible, and you're partially responsible for that.
Well, I love Ted. And one of the things about Ted has been at the forefront of this battle for a long time, because anyone speaking truth and fighting deception is part of this. And I thank God for Ted and for yourself, that you guys have been frontliners for a long time, that have faced lots of opposition. Nevertheless, here you stand today. And you guys really are part of the tip of the spear of what God's been using. And Ted has a powerful voice that God's given him, and he's using it to wake people up. And we need people woke up today because most are still asleep.
Absolutely. So I have two questions. I have many questions, but we only have about 5 minutes left. How can people find strength and peace during these perilous times?
Well, one of the things is this. If you look at the end of this passage in 13 and 14, it says, "But he who endures to the end shall be saved." So the number one hallmark that we're going to need in this time is the grace of endurance. When you think of endurance, you think of something that's grueling, that's rough, that's difficult. Yet God is going to release a grace in this time, if you have faith to receive it, that you will endure to the end. The other thing in verse 14, and it says, "And the gospel of the kingdom will be preached in all the world as a witness to all nations, and then the end will come." So this is key, Shemane. The end is not going to come because of a war. It's not going to come because of a famine. It's not going to come because of nations rising or falling. The end will come, Jesus said, when the gospel is preached on all four corners of the earth. So that is the thing as believers that we need to be more focused on. Jesus said all these other events are going to take place, but do not be troubled and don't get your eye off what's the sign of the end of the time, and that is that the gospel is preached in every part of the world.
Now, we could look at that statement and say, well, every part of the world has the internet. So we are preaching to a certain extent. But here's my other question for you. How many times a day do people ask you, are these the end of times?
Yeah, a lot. And I tell them, yes, we're in them. Now, if I used to play basketball, we're in the fourth quarter. What minute in the fourth quarter, I don't know. Only God knows the exact time and date. But he said that this is why we have these passages, to let us know we're in the season of it. And I do believe we are in the fourth quarter before Christ is going to return. And we know that before Christ returns, evil is going to come to its full height. Jesus said in the parable of the wheat and tares, he said the sons of the kingdom and the sons of darkness would both come to maturity. So we're looking at right now wickedness on levels we've never seen before. On the other hand, God's people should be at their greatest right now, because God said, I will reserve my best for last. That's what Jesus said. So some of God's greatest champions are now standing on the earth and are yet to come. And that's what encourages me. Also, Jesus said he wouldn't have told us to endure to the end if he didn't give us a grace to get there. So one of the awesome things, he's the author and the finisher of our faith. And I have confidence that Jesus, who called us into this walk of faith, is able to bring us to the end of it.
Pastor Anthony Thomas, I'm so grateful and honored to be able to call you my pastor, but also, more importantly, my friend. Thank you so much for joining me. People can find you on YouTube at Tip of the Spear Church. Is that right?
Yes, and then our website's tipofthespearchurch.org. We're standing in the fight with all freedom fighters throughout this world right now for this great country and for our world and for the cause of Christ.
Well, thank you again so much for joining me, Pastor Anthony Thomas. God bless you, and thank you.
God bless you, Shemane. Take care.
Okay, we always have to end on a lighter note, and there's so much heaviness in this world, and it brings me a lot of joy. I hope it brings you a lot of joy to see some funny pet videos. So we're going to segue right into our funny pet videos. Okay, tell me you're not smiling right now. After all of the heaviness that we just went over, everything that's going on in life, you have to find a way to smile. You have to either watch funny pet videos like I do before I go to sleep, but you've got to relieve yourself from the stress. Or get outside, or do some physical exercise, run on the treadmill, run outside, do something to take your mind off of this. You've got to take care of yourself. As Pastor Anthony said, we're on the home stretch. This is not a sprint. It's a marathon. So guys, please take care of your health. And here's another suggestion for you. If you have found that you're not feeling well and you don't know why, check out my book on Amazon.com. It's called Killer House. I'm here because I got sick and almost died from toxic mold, and no doctor could help me. So I had to become my own investigative sleuth, and my story is in my book, Killer House. Check it out on Amazon.com. Thanks again so much for watching, guys. Pay it forward. Remember, Esther 4:14, you were born for such a time as this. God bless.
Relish the opportunity to be an outsider, because it's the outsiders who change the world.
Perhaps you were born for such a time as this.